Well, yeah,
You know?
how's that go? There's a scripture with the Lord, at least the righteous put forth the lot
His hand unto iniquity.
unto
The
iniquity.
rod of
There
the
you go.
wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous.
There you go. So eventually, Yahushua got to take that lot.
Right.
That's what Yahushua is coming to do. Take that lot
Yep.
off of us.
That's it.
So we can be righteous again. So we can get the new bodies that the Apostle
Right.
Paul spoke about. We can be changed
Right.
in the twinkling of an eye.
It
Like
says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
and our hope is being deferred. Our minds are sick. Not only is our minds sick, our bodies are sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can't, man. Come on, this has got to be. We're in the time where Yahushua is coming back. This is, and we
This
hope.
is the 14th generation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Generation 14 to 42nd generation. 14th
Yeah.
generation. This
Yeah.
is the end of the fourth. We are the generation that was back there 2,000
Exactly.
years ago when the Yahushua, the Apostle Paul and them, leading them.
Exactly.
So we're back here again.
Exactly. And there ain't gonna be no other generation. This is the generation.
For you people out there that don't understand,
Yeah.
Esau's not going to come back into power.
Con.
There's plenty of scriptures that cut that.
I got
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And as the apostle said, we are that last generation coming back. So that would have to be us now through the Spirit, Lord's will. All right, we are that generation to be delivered by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in this time. Okay, and I thought these were heavy points, and I just wanted to land back off those statements from this camp speaking. All right, because the scriptures do tell us that this is the generation of them that seek Him. Okay, let's make that point. You know, because it has to be us, you know. So this is Psalms 24 and verse 1, and it reads, it says, the earth is the Lord's, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. For he hath founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or who shall stand in his holy place? He that have clean hands and a pure heart, one who have not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully, all right? Those that are with no guile, okay? That are pushing this truth, this word honestly, with a pure heart, you know? The point, verse 5, he shall receive the blessing of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the righteousness from the power of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah, you know? So we got to be that generation, okay? This is the generation of them that seek him, who would be the, the hopeful elect, okay? The men, women, and children that believe on the gospel, the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that 1/3 coming back, all right? That seek thy face, which is really what? The knowledge, you know, the light. That seek thy face, O Jacob Salah, all right? So we got to be that generation, man, as the apostles were saying, all right? That word for generation is rawar, looks like rawar. For generation, it says, period, generation, habitation, dwelling, period, age, generation, period of time, which is heavy too. I want to make a point on that. All right, going into that period of time of what? Of the knowledge of Israel being dead in the earth, and the Lord giving us the breath and putting us back upon our feet, right? We'll touch that in a second. But it says generation, those living during a period, you see? Because we're in the time of what? That last generation, that the last days, okay? The same spirits that the apostles were saying, the same spirits that were there with Yahushua that followed him, that believed him. You know, we got to be back. We got to be those that are back here now. All right, it says, the point here, definition C, it says generation characterized by quality, condition, class of men. All right, so this is a class of men, which would be the remnant, the elect. All right, going back to the house of David, whom the Lord has raised back up through the Spirit, that generation. Let me make that point too. All right. All right, that's in Ezekiel 37. All right. Okay, Ezekiel 37 in verse 9, the point. And it reads, it says, Then he said unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shema Shai, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. Because remember, we were once dry bones. All right. We were once in a dead state of mind. Okay. Before the Lord gave us the breath and brought us back to life. Right. So we were once those slain, but now we live through the breath. That inspiration, verse 10, the point, it says, So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them. Who's them? The elect. Okay. The house of David. The breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. All right. That's the house of David. Okay. Now we're back. That's that generation coming back, standing upon their feet. You know. Sirach 24, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 24 and verse 30. And it reads, it says, I also came out as a brook from a river, and as a conduit into a garden. I said, I will water my best garden, which is the elect, and will water abundantly my garden bed. And lo, my brook became a river, and my river became a sea. All right, going into the abundance of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's being poured out all over the earth. All right. I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning. I will send forth her light afar off. All right. So this light, which represents the wisdom and Yahweh Shem Shai, has been sent afar off to the four corners. Okay. The point. Sirach chapter 24, verse 33, it says, I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy and leave it to all ages forever. You see that? So the Lord said that he will pour out doctrine as prophecy and leave it to all ages forever. And in this last age that we're living in, this last generation, all right, we have the truth. Okay, we have 100% truth. We have the understanding. We have the prophecies. Okay, the testimony of Yahweh Shem Shai is the spirit of prophecy. And he said he was going to leave it to all ages forever. So the true men of the Lord, the true prophets, are back on the earth declaring the prophecies in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, this is that generation. This is us. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. All right. So not only do we labor for ourselves in this truth, but we labor for all those that seek salvation, that seek wisdom, that desire to be saved. All right. Matthew 24 and 14, and it reads, it says, in this gospel of the kingdom, meaning this word that's being preached. Okay. The truth. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness. Okay. For a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. And this is why we are at the end. Okay. We are that last generation. We are in the last days. All right. And this word ultimately would be pushed through who? Through the Lord's men. Okay. It was sent from the heavens down on the earth upon the Lord's men. Okay. Yahweh Shem Shai has given the prophets, his men, the testimony. Okay. It would be preaching all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. You see, this is Psalms 40. Okay. This is Psalms 40, verse 1, and it reads, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, and that horrible pit can be tied to Babylon the Great, America. Okay. This is that pit. Okay. Out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. And that rock represents Yahweh Shai, the foundation, the rock. Okay. The point, it says, and he put a new song in my mouth. This new song represents this truth, this knowledge, man. And this new song is being sung by the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, the men that are standing up in these last days, this generation coming back, this last generation. Okay. He had put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it in fear and shall trust in the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And this is happening because the Lord has given his word. He has given the breath back unto his men in this last generation. And it says, many shall see it. Okay, many are seeing it. They're seeing the prophets. They're coming into understanding, right? And shall fear and shall trust in the name of the Lord. And this is all happening through what? The banner going up, right? The prophets of the Lord lifting up that standard, that banner, all right? Isaiah 13:1, it says, in the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift you up a banner. That's this truth, the scriptures. Lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, which represents America, because through America is where the truth sprung forth, okay, out of Babylon the Great. So lift you up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles, all right, the leaders of the world, all right. When you go into this word gates, or Salaki, when you go into this word nobles, it goes into the nobility, the princes of this world. So this word, all right, which has been pushed through the prophets in this last generation, all right, has caused this word to go up to the gates of the nobles, man. All right, the nobility, the prince of this world. Okay, that's the prophecy, man. Okay, so going back to that time period, let's go to Psalms 24 again. All right, I just want to make a point. All right, Psalms 24:6, it says, this is the generation of them that seek him, okay? That seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah, all right? Going back to that word generation, which spoke about the period of time. Yeah, so it says period, age, generation, period of time, right? Generation, those living during a period, okay? Now, like I said, there was a period of time, okay, where the knowledge of us being the Israelites was pretty much dead in the earth, all right, until the time of what? Elijah coming back in the last days, which was Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, okay? If you can receive that through the Spirit, and you have the pillars of our foundation, you know, Elder High Priest Jaiquab, High Priest Ariah, King Masha, you know, which were all Judites, right? Because the scriptures say that the knowledge would come out of the waters of Judah. Okay, so Judah, during that, you know, speaking about that period of time, Judah would be raised up, and ultimately going back to what? Elijah coming back in the last days, that period of time. All right, after that 3 days and a half, right? That generation, this is the generation that was coming back. All right, Malachi 4:5, it says, behold, I will send you Elijah before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua sent him. Okay, that was Elder High Priest Abba Bivens coming back. Okay, it says, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And that's what happened. Okay, Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, you know, Elder High Priest Ariah, you know, the breakdown of the 12 tribes, their locations, you know, their characteristics, who they are, their locations, where they would be in the earth. You know, that understanding was revealed. Okay, going back to what, the 1960s, right? Revelation 11, because we're talking about that time period. Revelation 11:11, it says, and after 3 days and a half, which is that 350 years, okay, where the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American did not know they were Israelites. They were calling themselves by another name. Okay, the prophecies weren't revealed. You see what I'm saying? Who the Edomite was, you know? It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life, going back to the breath in Ezekiel 37, all right? The spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, who? The elect, okay? The house of David. The spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So that has to be us, okay? As the apostles are making, we are that last generation coming back. That's us in this time, man. Okay? No doubtedly, it would have to be us now through the Spirit, man. All right, and Lord willing, like I said, we're that generation that's waiting to be delivered by Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, we're that generation that's going to see the end of this place, man. Lord's will, you know. But that point, that period of time, you know, basically 1619 to about 1970, man. You know, around about that 3 days and a half, that 350 years. Okay. Daniel 7:25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. And who is he? Esau. And he shall wear out the saints of the Most High. All right. That word wear out goes back to harass constantly. All right. Basically, we would catch hell for a period of time. Right. It says, and think to change times or laws, what this devil did. The point, it says, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, which is 100 years, and times 200 years, and the dividing of time, which is 50 years. That's 350 years. Okay, we would be given into his hand. We would be given into this devil's hand into that dividing of time, and this is where we at right now. That dividing of time, that end of an age. Right, same verse NLT. All right, it says Salakia. There was another one. Okay, so it says, okay, that's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted, Salakia. NLT. It says, he will defy the Most High and oppress the holy people of the Most High. He will try to change their sacred festivals and laws, and they will be placed under his control for a time, times, and a half a time, all right? So now we're in that time of deliverance, man, okay? We're standing back upon our feet. We have the truth. We know who we are. We know who Esau is in the nations. All right. We have the understanding of the prophecies, the name of the Lord. And this is the time of our deliverance. You know, going back to that period of time, that generation that's standing back up. You see? This is John 4:23. And it reads straight to the point, John 4:23, it says, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth. This is that time, all right? It said the hour cometh, and now is. We're in that time now. When the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. Okay? Yahweh Shema Shai is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth, all right? So, you know, it's pretty much the point, you know, I wanted to just land back off of, man. You know, we're definitely that generation coming back, you know. It has to be us, you know, and Lord willing, we're getting ready to see the fall of this kingdom, man, you know. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. You know, I just wanted to just land back off that point. You know, this is the generation, as the scriptures say, this is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah, you know. So, hey, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. Hey, Shalom.